What's up, boys? It's the Nostalgic Gaming Channel back at it again with some Legend of Alon Dar long play content, part 19. If you saw the last two videos, you know we hit two absolute bangers in a row, so let's keep this train on rolling. We ended up getting that new sword that allows us to see the changelings, right? We got the new party member. We got new gear, new equipment. We're ready to go back into the world and continue our quest here. So we're going to start off with just some weak zombies. As you can see with this new Drumar sword, I absolutely decimate them, right? The sword is fast, it's powerful, it gives a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. And we just wreck these zombies. We're just gonna do something about it. At this point, zombies are absolutely nothing to us. And as you can see, I have a ton of health, right? I give a ton of damage. Everything here in Orin, all these little weak monsters are gonna pose us no real threat, so we're gonna keep on moving and try and get out of here. But first, we gotta decimate that zombie lord, right? Hopefully, the zombie lord has a little bit more resilience, a little more focus, a little bit more power than these weak zombies that we just faced, right? Those zombies, nothing to us. But maybe when they swarm us, as you know, when we were Kimar, the zombies absolutely trashed and wrecked us. But maybe under the command of a zombie lord, it may be different. Spooky. He's got the power of the weird. You can see by his hands. He looks more like an alien than a zombie. And they gave us a cutscene with no words. I love it. So we get right in there, and we're going to start on the side. We're different guys, which is really cool. And these zombies are definitely stronger than the I'm not sure it's not getting 200 something damage. But we're not really worried about it still. We're going to take out the main zombie because he has the heals. It's here. Entirely attacking the zombie that keeps getting healed. It's a guy that they're gonna eventually overpower because of that bleed. Right? So now we took out the main. Still not gonna take too much damage out of the Juggernaut form. But again, the guy just keeps healing. He's healing himself, but he goes in pretty easy, right? We're just gonna leave our stragglers. Zombies are much stronger without weapons. As you can see, each one of them is holding a different hammer. They mean nothing to draw our sword. Even though I have 10 fingers instead of 9, I can still hold it pretty effectively. And here we go, cleaned up. No more zombie problems. I'm like the Mythbusters for zombies. Or I mean, the Ghostbusters for zombies. I'm a warlord. And we get the bone hammer, which the leader over here wanted as proof that we destroyed the zombie lord. As you can see, it immediately becomes daytime because we have cleared the blight that had befallen upon the land. And no longer shall people live in fear of the darkness. I'm like that movie Blade. I actually just watched a video game donkey video on that, on Blade. That's why I thought about it. Or many of the other countless zombie and vampire killing stories. But we're gonna go back over and continue our quest. And you know how we are. We want all those wither baits so we can turn them into wither potions to sell them infinite money glitch, so we can unlock every ability for Jarek that we can. Jarek. Reminds me of my Age of Mythology series. When you're the Egyptians, one of their voice lines is Jarek. It's pretty good. Go check out that series if you haven't. It's probably my most popular as of right now. And if you guys haven't seen yet, check out Fable Friday. That one has the fire edits that you're going to start seeing in these videos. Alright, we bring Lord Court back. His hammer, by Drummer's blood, so you have, I will take it and see that it is destroyed with the master. What, a perfectly good hammer? Not all good to hear. It came from evil hands and has a stench of undead on it. Here, Lord Court, take it and we'll get rid of it. A wise choice, Jarek. You've earned your passage. Take my token for the Orin portal and hasten to Dagon. So I wonder if he revoked that passes a privilege, or the portal only works once, like the token only works once, because we used it before. So I don't know why we would no longer be able to use it, but I'm not going to question, right? Especially because I got all my steps in. We're going to try and pay a visit to that friendly admirer's house, and apparently she's not home, which is probably good. Jarek doesn't need that trouble right now. He's got a world to save. He doesn't need to be distracted. And look at all those potions. We're going to get rid of a bunch of them, collect all that green. We're almost at 40 grand right now. Make sure we don't sell that spy enhancer. We're saving that for our final character, our magic user. I'm not going to spoil who it is, but I think you guys can kind of see a pattern with the races here, right? We got an Orin, a Kamar, and a Dagani. You might be able to guess what's coming up next. For real, for real. So we make it back to the portal here. We're going to keep walking it down. Get back in the portal and then continue our adventure. But you know what's great is this game was one of my beloved ones on the PlayStation 2, right? Can you believe that the PlayStation 2 came out in 2000? Over 23 years ago. And the fact that we're still playing games from this era is insane, right? Just another PlayStation 2 fact here. It looks like one of some of the most popular games ever on the PlayStation 2, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, and Final Fantasy X. To think about that those games are still super popular today. And God of War, right? Those are the games that made Sony and PlayStation. Like, it's a little time capsule playing this and thinking about that. With, you know, I ordered this PlayStation 2. I'm playing it. I'm played the game online, and the fact that I'm still able to get this and play is crazy. So we make it back to Dagon here, and I'm not gonna do as much thorough inspection as I did the first time around, because I think I thoroughly got through the 3 times I've been through this area, and I'm not super worried about chests and whatnot. I'm more worried about this amaranth that we're gonna have to crush. And now they're being assisted by these skirlings, right? Not skirlings, these water monsters, I don't know what they're called, because we haven't seen them for so long. But Tahir's able to destroy those trees. He gives 300 damage for each chop. Is insane, right? But that weapon is highly effective against the trees. In fact, I think the only thing that's just as effective is my punches against the trees, because I get to snap the little branches. I'm not a Muay Thai fighter that can kick a tree with my shins hundreds of times and not break my shin. In fact, if I drop anything of mild weight on my shin, I'm in extreme pain and I gotta use my crutches, right? I gotta use crutches to walk. Those guys kick palm trees to harden their shins and train them. Those guys are savages, insane. Much respect to them and their dedication to the art. Imagine just sitting there where Jarek just passed a palm tree and just laying into it. How different Dagon is from Kamar. It's so much hotter, so lush, it's still so wet. It's quite impossible to pass through Dagon without getting wet. It is life itself to me. The Kamar was harshly dry. Come on, we're not far from my village Gomera. Used to stand. So we're going back so we can get to hear a little reunion with his brother, right? Well, I guess this is a long-awaited reunion that we've been waiting for a very long time. We need Tahir to get reunited so he can hear that song and know where to go next. But they're not going to make it easy for us. They're going to fill it with multiple small encounters here. Right, and at this point, these monsters are still not dangerous enough to me where they pose an actual threat, just because of how strong we are. I don't know if we're too strong for this area, or it's just they're trying to do death by attrition, like I said earlier. This game has a lot of death by attrition, right? They whittle you down and they continue throwing things at you over and over, hoping you don't have enough resources to make it through. That's the same problem I had when I was going through here the first time, is I was running out of resources and potions. Oh, let's hope those aren't changelings, right? What sort of Dagani travels with Orin scum? Be gone from our land. Speak that way again and I will forgive him. His people were attacked by changelings. But see, Kermax, this is to hear. He will not travel with an enemy of the Dagani. May I help to hear? I have a few meager things. Yes, we'd like to see what they are. I don't have much to sell, but they may be useful. I think this is the same guy that we need to give the frogs to. Or maybe not. He wasn't kidding about only having a few things. He barely has anything. I wish good luck to both of you. Be gone, I want nothing to do with you. Come on, bud. We know that it wasn't me. Well, technically you don't know, but a lot of people know it wasn't me that did it, or Orin. They suspect it was changelings. And we tried to steal from his little bucket there, and there's nothing. So I kind of figure out here how to get through that smoke, and you guys are about to see it. Tahir had the ability to get through the whole time, and he just refused. Because he's a big troll. He didn't want to help me out like he should have. What kind of partner is he? Fickle ally. Actually, he's one of my most dear-hearted allies here. It's like a good little buddy. A buddy flick. I can't even get closer to smelling it. It's because you're an Orin. Dagani's here. Let me go by myself. So, now you have the option. You stay here and go by himself. And again, I have to play the little word shuffle game here of getting through and trying to figure it out. I found a tree frog, which brings me up to 20 and gives me that sweet, sweet 1000 PP. Find a chest with some items, a weapon, and a shield. Why is everything in here wet? The wet staff, the wet shield. It's a little bit grimy. I have to imagine there's a ton of mosquitoes over here too. Like, as you're walking through, you're swatting left and right, and you're just like, wow, get those mosquitoes off me. It's disgusting. You're probably bit everywhere. And the Daganis probably have tougher skin that's used to it. But for an Orin like Jarek and for Kimarian like Talani, they probably get destroyed right now. Those guys popped up out of absolutely nowhere. They literally just phased in. I'm not surprised these guys aren't changelings. You know what's funny is when I was, trying to write a script for this video and doing a little bit of research, I typed into ChatGPT, which, I've been using for little fun facts and interesting things, right? Oh, and apparently I gave Taylani a staff, the charge staff, and it was absolutely terrible. I'm never using it again. She got one attack off that entire time. Absolute garbage. Big mistake. So I typed into ChatGPT, can I have a list of 10 media that use changelings as antagonists, right? And if you guys can guess a top 3, type down below what it is, because I guarantee you will never guess it. If whoever guesses the top 3, right, in Scout's Honor, no cheating, raise your right hand and say, Scout's Honor, you're not going to cheat, and just listen to what it is and then type it. But if you can guess the top 3, you get to decide what game I play next, right? So, give you 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. So, the top 3 per ChatGPT is number 1, Dungeons and Dragons, which makes sense, right? Changelings, it says changelings are shapeshifters that are often portrayed as deceitful and untrustworthy. Number 2, World of Warcraft. In a massively multiplayer online role-playing game, changelings are known as the faceless ones and serve as minions of the old god. And then something I never thought I'd say in one of my videos, ever. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. In the animated series, changelings are shape-shifting creatures that can assume the form of other ponies and are led by Queen Chrysalis. What's this world coming to? That changelings is higher in number 3 in My Little Pony than number 4 Elder Scrolls series. More people have looked up changelings in My Little Pony than in Elder Scrolls. The next one is Pathfinder, which is D&D again. The Dresden Files, which I'm not sure of, but apparently changelings are an integral part of the story. Generally, all of culture, because it says fables, so all of culture, all fables told throughout time. Supernatural, the TV show, The Secret World, which is an online role-playing game, and Warhammer 40k. Literally, My Little Pony has more popularity for the word changelings than all those things I just read off, which blows my mind. So I take it nobody guessed it right. Except for maybe Time Traveler, I know he's watching these videos. Shout out to you, bro. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment behind on your guess. No, thank you guys though. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Don't forget to check out my other series too. But back to the gameplay here. We're getting pretty close to Gomera. We had a couple more really unexciting battles. Straight up just me decimating them with my powerful party at this point. And here we go, here to pivotal plot point here. We're about to complete the quest that we set out for many, many hours ago. We've got the Windsong tattoo. We're ready to speak to the brother with the blood curse. I'm sure Tahir's very excited about that, to see his brother Mahir. This is the place where Mahir died, marked by that burial totem. Talani, I was told to come here and use the tattoo to call a spirit, but how do I do this? You have to step on the place where his blood fell and call out to him with your heart. The tattoo of the wind spirit will do the rest. What about if we didn't know where he died? If we're just gonna randomly guess and try and figure it out?
I am here, brother.
Mahir.
I cannot remain long. Tell me quickly what you need.
The Oracle said to remember the chant of Charak. But, well...
But you were too busy playing war games to learn it. I have only moments to hear, not hours.
We need only the part that will help us find Charak's tomb.
Listen carefully. And so he died. He died alone. And all around was ringed with stone. All around with stone he lies, moss and swamp grass o'er his eyes. Until the sword on stone engraved is brought unto the hero's grave. When sword of stone meets sword of steel, Charak is by the sword revealed. And by this sign eternal blade shall be awakened and remade. By crystal sword and finger bone, eternal blade at last atones.
So we have to find a stone circle with the carving of a sword.
Not so easy. There are many stone circles, but I've seen none with a carving.
It is hidden by a spell of illusion. Take this ring, Jared. It has the power to make the carving reveal itself.
Thank you, Mahir.
My time is up. Farewell, brother.
Mahir, you have no final words for me?
Do not let your rage blind you to the truth, Tahir. As once you put your trust in me, give your trust to Jarek and listen well to him. Avenge me, brother!
By the soul we share, I will avenge you, Mahir.
Wow, that was a lore dump. He spoke the chant but once. How will we ever remember? I'm Dagani, we're trying to remember things. Now that he has spoken it, it's fixed in my mind. The whole thing. And so he died alone. Ring was stone. Stony lies, swamp over his eyes. Bring the sword, meets the stone. Eternal blade shall be awakened and remade by crystal, sword, and finger bone. Eternal blade at last atones. You're a wonder to hear. Now we have Mahir's ring. Let us go and find that stone circle. There's some part of Dagon, which at the other end there's a raft to reach. Pick a direction, Jarek.
Jarek, I've been looking everywhere for you. Well, that's a nice welcome.
Jarek?
None of the other changelings can talk, and there are no other warnings. It must be her.
Of course it's me. Who else would it be?
There was a changeling in your form. I'm so glad you're safe. I was so worried.
You always worry. I can take care of myself, you know.
Yield, stop that.
Never mind.
Foreshadowing.
Familiars make so much fuss over nothing. I had to find you, Jarek. I heard some news about the man you were looking for.
Grandar?
Yes, that's the name. He was seen dealing with Bryn, the weapons maker, in Whitewater Gorge. If you hurry, Bryn can tell you where to find him.
We must go there at once.
Thank you, Leala. Please, come with us. I know you wish to become a dagger of virtue, yet from the moment we met, I felt our fates were in some way entwined. If we could but have the time to discover what is in our hearts, perhaps...
Shh. Sweet Jarek, I feel it too. But It is a difficult choice, and this is not the right time. When we meet again, I promise that we will discover our destiny together. Then you will learn what is inside my heart.
Leala,
Let her
wait.
go. You will be better to stay clear of her.
Do you find me unworthy of your sister?
I do not say this for Leala's benefit. I say it for yours.
What do you mean by...
We're wasting time. Grandar may elude us. Let's go.
Oh, wow, so that was a total lore dump. In addition to a lore dump, we had a surprise visit from the sister, right? These are the ones you definitely want to reveal, because that magic hurt. So now we're given an idea of where we're going to go, how we have to find the tomb. We have to find the circle, which if you guys remember, there's several circles around. Stone circles. And we have to use this ring, which we got from here, which how did he give it to us as a ghost? How did he manifest it and materialize it in front of us? And then we get the sister who pops up out of nowhere, who was somehow tracking us, even though we used the portal, and she knew we'd be at Gomira, even though she didn't know we were supposed to come here. There's kind of a plot hole there, right? Not a giant plot hole, just several little ones that end up making a giant plot hole, right? But it's okay. We take it, we move on, we continue on, and now we have our mission. We're going back to Whitewater Gorge. That way we can find Grandar and confront him for Tahir. Even though Mahir tells him, hey, don't be fooled. What you saw probably isn't what you see. Don't let your rage get the best of you. Don't miss the rage. You know, I miss the rage. Don't do that. Continue on your quest is what he basically told me. And as you can see, this whole area is still overtaken by monsters, right? They pretty much abandoned the town after they got attacked by changelings. For such a warrior people, right, they pretty much immediately surrendered and gave up. In fact, the only weird thing that they didn't give up, right, is this little circle here that they're still not going to let us in, right? Which I'm starting to wonder if I'm not going to be able to see there at all. Because at this point, the only thing they're guarding is that little circle of power. I don't even know what's over there. They just won't tell me. It's frustrating because I want to see what's in there. I'm a curious person, and it's piqued my curiosity, and I want to be in there. I'm ready to fight the Dagons to get in there, but I don't want to because I don't want to shed innocent blood. Oh, we got a battle axe from these guys. Right, but we continue on our quest, and unfortunately we have to make it back to Whitewater Gorge. And the first time, if you guys remember going over there, it was a slog. It was legitimately, basically a walking simulator, right? Getting over there and then finding the save point and then talking, and then we got the books. Do not test my patience, Orin. So if I remember correctly, the first time I talked to here, he said basically pick either direction. So you think when they say pick either direction, it's like go both ways, right? Go forward or go back, like. And I'm like, I don't want to go towards Whitewater Gorge, right? That place kind of sucked. So I'm under the impression of I can go forward, right? I'm gonna go back towards like where the trading outpost was, so I can go over there. I can go back to like where the Sorojans are, so I can go through the temple. And then it says this way leads deeper into the swamps. We should go to Whitewater Gorge and find Bryn. It's the closest thing that we have to catching Grandar. So because I've been given this other quest of finding Grandar, we can't go the way I actually want to go, but it's okay. We push on. We continue our quest. And we're gonna have to go through this area we all already searched through, which is lucky, because I should have had cleared out all the monsters, right? I should have, since I've already been here now 4 times in this area, I'm not worried about tree frogs. Unfortunately, there's no more poison gas that I can send to here through, because I just came through here. It'd be kind of nice if they gave you, I don't want to say a fast travel option. Oh, there's still enemies. Apparently they pop out of nowhere. They can just materialize, but it's okay. They're weak. We destroy them. We decimate them. We take the dub. We take the free people. Right? Apparently, Taylani's gotten really strong with that dagger. She's giving 100+ damage now. Which, with Tahir, is enough to kill one of these, but with Jarek, unfortunately, it's not. Wow, she did a jumping split. It's kind of impressive. So we continue on our quest to recover all 8 shards. Just kidding, that's Gauntlet Dark Legacy. That one's coming up. I don't know how long. What is it, Jarek? They're not leaving Layala behind me. It worries me. I assured you she found her way here. She can find her way back. She's a Moonclaw after all. I want to know how she found us in the first place. Did we really leave such an obvious trail? It would seem so, Jarek. Her news was urgent and we should go. Yes, let's be off. See, that's the same question I had is, how did she get to us? Like, there's got to be something fishy about that. Like, she comes and flirts and then it's like, whoa. Like, relax, bro. Be cool. But we don't really know much about her other than, like, she's a sister of our new party member and she didn't want to join us for some reason. It's okay. We continue on our quest. Like I was saying, Gauntlet Dark Legacy, that one's coming up. The only part is Gauntlet Dark Legacy is not like RTS Sunday, right? Or Fable Friday. It doesn't have a catchy alliteration, so it's further down on the list just for that sole purpose of it doesn't have a catchy alliteration. And that's a game much better played with friends. So I have to figure out a way to get the multiplayer function working with online here, if that's even possible. And I forget that that's the teleporter place. Probably should have went there and saved, just in case, you know, never miss an opportunity to save and heal. But I figure that I'm not worried because I've already gone through the majority of all this area and the monsters aren't even troubling me anymore. So I'm not worried that I'm gonna die like we have several times in the past. And we come back to the friendly raft man, and he offers to take us to the gorge. I don't even know if we pay him. I think he's just like a nice soul, right? Unless he's a myth for, you know, the river Styx and the ferryman. Like that'd be pretty spooky, you know, pretty spoopy. And the gargoyles are always perched. They're always watching, make sure we're not lacking. Make sure they don't catch us slipping as we're spinning the block. Make sure that they're not coming through. And thank goodness we make it to dry land and I don't even need my sea legs because we were able to walk again on dry land and we don't have to worry about it. And we're greeted by these friendly birds. Look at that 3D rendered water and look at those birds. They just kind of hang out there. What a gorgeous time it was to be alive when the PlayStation was running. And if you remember, this place is very confusing, right? They specifically tell you that you could easily get lost in the canyon in the past because all the walls look the same. Boy, they are not wrong. Boy, they are not wrong. Luckily, most of the paths are pretty straightforward, but we still have a couple quests in here we need to get. We need those eggs, right? We're still missing some journals. That guy lost his girlfriend in here, and she got captured. Hopefully, the girlfriend hasn't been killed, right? So we need to find out where they all went. But last time I tried to go through, I just got lost and confused and was like, let's push forward with the story. Let's push forward. I'll come back. I have to come back anyways because I have to go through the twisting depths. So now it's time for our revenge. Because the first time I came here, I got absolutely demolished. I got decimated by the Morlets. They're very, very, very strong the first time. But I figure I'm at the point now where I'm not worried about them. Especially because I have my healing orb. Right, I got 3 party members. I got Morph. At this point, I think Morph is still strong enough to carry me through this battle, right? So, onwards into battle. Charge, men! And I'm not taking any aggro, and now we take aggro. Oh, thank goodness. My punch. Oh, wow, my punch is faster than the dagger. I was able to get 2 punches off by the time the dagger came. That's crazy. But as you can see, I'm just tearing through those more. It's a super simple battle at this point. Where before I just kept getting poisoned and demolished. This time it was straight easy, no steroids, easy clap, get wrecked, uninstall the game, right? All the typical GGEs, all the typical gamer dialogue that we're so used to, right? That usually you hear when you're playing an FPS or a competitive game like League of Legends or Valorant and you're on the losing team. Turn on your keyboard, things like that. And I see a couple more Marlets, so let's get ourselves in our Juggernog form. Let's go out and wreak some havoc. And I'm able to get 2 punches down before even my allies are able to respond close enough for an attack. And they have pretty high defense stats, so they seem to be blocking several of my hits. But it doesn't matter just because I killed them in 2 hits anyways, right? Even if they didn't block it, I would still kill them in 2 hits. Or even if they did block it. And there's so many rocks here, I figure there's got to be a bunch of like skirling ambush, right? But I make it through, even though I try to aggro them. No skirling ambush. And we are rewarded pretty heavily for making it back here, right? 100 gold. Well, that's not super rewarding, but we are going to find some things that are going to at least make it somewhat worth our while here. Including a flower spike for that spike potion. Really, I don't even need actual potions anymore. I just need wither potions. I mean, not wither potions, spike potions. And there's Morlet egg number 21. 21. And we continue through. And I didn't know this at the time, but this is like a big loop. And like I said, it's kind of confusing. So I think I ended up going through it twice. But really, it just loops me right back out to where I was with the chest. And there's that spike that I just pulled. And I'm like, wait, where's this? Okay, let me go check. But I was just here, boys. Your boy was just in here. That's where I found number 21 egg. Lucky 21. And we push through again, and we end up on the other side. No problems this time, and I know not to go through again. And once I make it through, there's still that other side that I haven't explored yet. So I've already gotten the 100 gold pieces that are here. And I hopefully don't get attacked by all these skirlings. How many are there? There's literally just, look at all those rocks, and there's literally just one skirling. How disappointing. Disappointing! Watch me get ambushed. Oh, Talon, you level up the champion. That's good. Level 6. I was gonna say, watch me get ambushed by all the other skirlings after that, one at a time. So, if you could tell, it forks at the road right there. There you go. And now we're gonna explore the other side, but there's a little cheeky Morlet egg in that bush. How are you supposed to see that unless you have hawk vision? Unless you literally have binoculars. Unless you got X-ray vision, you're Superman. That thing was well hidden. An average Alon Dar enjoyer is not going to see that. But an above average gamer would definitely see that. We're checking everything, right? Not letting that slip past us. It looks like maybe is that a journal on the floor? Yeah. Number 20 for journal chapter 3. We're getting pretty close. I'm assuming the rest of the journals, because we've explored a good portion of this area, are probably either in the twisting depths or where that guy's girlfriend is that we didn't get to go. And we power up to here a little bit, make sure he's strong.
I'm fast as fuck, boy. Still fast as fuck, boy. Come get some.
Give her more speed. Make sure that she's fast AF boy, right? So we max out her speed, and we don't have much more PP left to upgrade anything else. But we're going to keep going through, especially after we saw that really sneaky Morlet egg. We're going to make sure that we're checking every corner. We don't want another situation with like Journal Chapter 1s, right? Where we didn't check a corner. There we go, number 23. David Beckham. Michael Jordan. But we don't want another situation like we did with the Journal Chapter 1s. I'm sure this is the entrance to the Twisting Depths, but can we enter? Does Trojans control these doors? We should try it because we got a ring, right? Ooh, Journal Chapter 1. I'm getting so close on those journals, but this is a trail marked with scarabs. But as you know, just finding one set of the journals doesn't do anything. I was very disappointed when I figured that out. After I figured out Journal Chapter 1, it said that WR, that PBWR. Potential WR. Probably not. So, unfortunately, we're unable to enter the Twisting Depths at this time. Especially because I feel like I'm probably strong enough. But who knows, maybe there's some kind of like giant monster in there that is going to be able to give us an actual challenge at this point. Since we haven't really been challenged for a minute. And we're going to make it back out of this area. Heading back towards our destination, the trading post. Let's see, is there any more Skirlings? Are these Skirlings? Nope. Nope. Always forget what I'm doing these voiceovers. Spinning the camera with the control in your hand, it's fine. Watching the controller or watching the camera spin afterwards, you're like, oh my god. Get me off this roller coaster. Get me off this wild ride. Gotta double check the same bush just to make sure. There's been some sneaky spots hidden underneath beds, in trees. There's been some very sneaky hiding places for these collectibles. It's almost like they don't want you to collect them all, right? It's not like Pokemon, right? They don't want you to collect them all. They don't want you to catch them all. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna 100% this game. Watch. It looks the same. Let's leave it be. Looks the same. Let's let it be. We don't want to deal with all that pain. But we're looking at 100%. Probably first one to ever do it. Wouldn't be surprised. And I don't think I need a cactus flower, right? I come up to it, realize I made a silly decision because I don't need it. Oh, actually, I'm gonna take a Witherbane potion. Witherbane potions are not worth nearly as much as the cactus flower or the flower spike. So good decision, good call. Give me a golf clap there. And I've thoroughly explored this area because this is the second time I've been through here already, and I'm decently sure that there's nothing left. So I'm gonna push on towards the city and make sure that, oh, there's a gargoyle. Make sure that I don't miss anything too outrageous in the process. Lots of here gives almost no damage to that gargoyle. Tilani was destroying it, while Tahir gave 50 damage, she gave 31 and attacks 3 times as fast. Those math doesn't add up, that numbers don't add up. Imagine Charlie Day with all the numbers, or all the things floating around saying, like, it doesn't make sense. It's Pepe Silva, it's Ismail, it doesn't make sense. No, that's a great show though. That show's hilarious. I'm a big fan. I'm the wild card, right? That's Alon Dar. He's the wild card. I heard you helped a dear friend of mine, Penza. We're happy to help a fellow traveler. Here, take these potions in case you ever need them. So she gives us a reward, but since we have full items, I was going to say it's going to bring up the menu saying, you're unable to collect these. Luckily, we're able to get into the sales menu before we get the items, so we can go ahead and clear out a lot of the things that we have to make room. But we weren't able to reach the herb distributor yet, so we still have a bunch of nuts and spikes and banes that are worth nothing until we transmit them. So we're kind of rolling the dice here and hoping that we can sell enough to get all those potions that she's going to give us, right? And we sell the bar cleaver and the wet staff that we found in the swamp, and the battle axe that we got from the tree. That should be more than enough, right? There ain't no way she's giving us more than 6 slots worth of items. We're also going to sell the charge shaft because that was absolute garbage. That thing was atrocious. Oh, we did make it to the plant salesman. That's exactly who that was. So we have spikes, we have nuts, we have flowers, right? Little does she know, they're getting sold right back to her. All the fruits of her effort sold back to her at a hefty markup. It went from 0. If she would have just bought them for me for 0 or 5 or whatever, instead she's paying 50, 75, she's paying a premium for her own work. Not good business practices, right? It's not very good business. But it's okay. We reaped the profit, and now we hit over 40,000. It's over 9,000 gold. I'm telling you, do not place me with false compliments. Never would I. We have urgent business. We were told Grandar might be here. I would know nothing. You ask Bryn. If you have the gold, I'll tell you the stories. And no, we're not going to go through those entire stories, right? There's so many of them, and they are so long, and you have to pay gold for it. We are not doing that, boys. Hello again. Did you find any frogs? We found plenty of them, but we'll see next time we go. Would you like to buy any of my wares? No. I don't remember where Bryn is. That's the problem. I think he's the very first stall, right? He's that first guy you run into. Good to see you, Jarek. Sell me a white orb. Give me another white orb. That's exactly what I want. Yeah. That way we have 2 people with white orbs, just in case. And he's got really no other items. That's his big selling point is a white orb. Here, I have my 30 silver acorns. You've restored my reputation. Take this. It's a ring of poison. So it's a ring that prevents you from getting poisoned, right? Copper ring, simple to make, resist poison. And we did all that for the acorns, which is kind of a disappointing reward. But you got to remember it's the first collectible quest, and realistically you could have done it before. Bryn, I have word that Lord Grandar has been through here. I, a man giving the name, came by here. Bragged of his greatness, looked over my goods, but bought nothing. Wow, cheapo. Then he submitted he was off to meet Saroja named Sundeep at the Rinlaw Gate at the Twisting Depths. He said Sundeep promised him power to enter. Sundeep, he has grown vain and proud over the years, but it would seem he's reaching new heights. Such an impression of him once we met him. I'm deep in your debt, Bryn. How do we find the Rinlaw Gate? I've never been there. Perhaps my friend the Saroja can help you. Tell us how we can reach the gate. I have seen you no good. Only the Sarojans have gates to enter. You have a lapis ring found in Shadowfire's cave. That will work. It would be an opal for this door here, and then a scarab for the Orin, and then a lapis for the Palash door. So we're going to have to go to Palash to use the ring that we found to get inside, right? I scrolled through all that text so fast, and I left this one super long. But the entrance is far into Palash beyond Whiptail's tomb. Grandar could well be there inside already. I've sensed the terrible need in Dagani very well. I will authorize you the use of the portal from here in the gorge to travel to Palash. From there, you find the Rinlaw Gate, and you must travel to the lower depths in the deeps in the junction, which leads you to the upper level. The gate is near the junction on the lower level. If you climb up the spiral ramp to the upper level, you have gone too far. Wow, so this guy can just randomly give me discretion to use the gate just out of the kindness of his heart. It seems like maybe that he should be charging for that service, or maybe, like, I don't know. It's kind of weird that those guys just kind of say, here you go, do your best and hurry up to Palash. That he could just say, hey, I'm going to give you access to use the gate. Just go ahead and feel more than free. And he doesn't give me like a token or a coin or anything. Like, maybe he just wills it, and he's like, okay, I'm thinking about this. You can use it. And we come back in here because I think I unlocked another book, and I kind of want to see what the book's all about. But reading sucks. Number 4 is monsters, and number 5 is a shortcut, and we're at 4 out of 5. You've collected 4 scrolls. I will unlock this book. Collect 1 more, and I'll give you the key for the bag. The Hagar are big predators. They live in caves in Kimar and Orin, snatch herd animals. They eat people. They have thick fur and large bones and make them impenetrable to weapons. Morlets are close relatives to blood morlets and are seen together often. They're only found at Whitewater Gorge because they adapted to harsh environment. Due to their small size, they're very tough. And natural psionic exertion is poisons people. Tengus, their intelligence from the shadow spawn and Gretchlings. Tengus are famous for that. They lack of reasoning. They're heavier, larger sizes, not good flyers. They climb to heights when they need to. They use weird on their opponents. Although they're related, the Tengus and the Gargoyles, you can find them in similar areas, but they're not the same. Oof, man, we've been going through some walls of text here. I feel like I'm back in school. I don't know about most people, but reading makes me actually legitimately sleepy. Like if I sit down and I'm reading a book, I would not need, if like I was really tired and I couldn't fall asleep, I would just pull a book out, look over the pages, and then immediately asleep, right? It's like the secret power for sleeping. I don't know how some people, like I would go to the gym and I see people reading on the treadmill. I would fall asleep running on the treadmill if I was reading. That's probably a problem, but not really. And we push on through, right? And apparently I ran around looking for some more things, even though I thoroughly scanned the first time. But I remember the first time I was really confused, and I think I'm lost. I don't remember which way's forward and which way's back, and I didn't remember seeing a teleporter. So I must have missed it the first time I was here, because I definitely don't remember seeing a teleporter. And I said, okay, wait, this is backwards. I'm going the wrong way now. Because I remember those barrels, I remember all those skirling little rocks. This is not the way to go. But unbeknownst to me, and I don't know if this was there the first time and I just missed it, or what, but look, there's a teleporter orb right there. And that's a saving point. I would have saved myself so much time the first time I came through here if I had seen that. But it's okay, we'll explore up here, make sure we didn't miss anything. And we probably did, because we've never been up here, and if they have this long winding path, it would be very poor game design if they put all this up here and there was absolutely nothing. And so far it's kind of barren, but in the distance I could see what appears to be a Morlet egg, right? So that'll be number 24. And we also find a treasure chest, but it's a tiny one, so it's only got gold. Well, that was kind of disappointing. We spent the 30 seconds to run up here for a single Morlet egg and 100 gold. But then again, I probably was supposed to find this earlier, and 100 gold may have been more useful at that time. Whereas 100 gold right now is almost nothing. But it's okay. We're going to hit that portal. Then we're going to telly on out of here to Pelage. But not in this episode. This one's already ran way too long. Thank you guys for watching, though. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. Don't forget to check out my other series. If you like this one, you're going to like Fable Friday. That one I do some fire edits in there, so make sure you check that out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you guys for watching. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. See ya later. Alligator.